Welcome to my world, everyone. This is Like It or Not with Michael Lane. Michael Lane is who I be. Hey, I got to drop by and tell you all something, man. Uh, this is proof about racism towards whites. A lot of people disagree with me when I talked about that whites and Christians are under attack. Some people uh, didn't have the guts to comment down there instead of the email. I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Comment down there. You know what I'm saying? When I make a video, comment down there. Don't be quiet about any other stuff. All right? Comment down there. Look, but let me talk to you about this, man. I know some of you all probably already heard from the story, but I want to go deeper. I want to also not just talk about race, but I want to talk about gender bias. A lot of you all know about the accuser of the Duke Lacrosse case. Uh, uh, you know how everything went down, and she told authorities that she was raped and by the Duke Lacrosse players. It went crazy. Everything went haywire. You had the Reverend Jesse Jackson. You had Reverend Al Pimpton. You had those two regular pimps out there pushing hate, not even trying to investigate. Just take her word for it. All this went down. Michael Nifong lost his job, not able to practice law again. The Duke Lacrosse coach fired because of Crystal Magnum. She lied. Now it was all over the news about about her accusations, but when her accusations was proven false, nothing. Nothing. The coach didn't get his job back. Michael Nifong didn't get his work back. Couldn't go back into law. It was a lot of mess that went down. You had people you had racist haters getting up there, going on TV, slamming people, slamming Michael Nifong, slamming all these other people, and they were dead wrong. But yet you see the Reverend Al Sharpton getting paid a lot of money by these racist white liberals to continue his push of hatred down on MSDNC. Isn't that it's just absolutely sad. It's sad. Then you have the Reverend Jesse Pimpton. He's still doing his thing and wanting to talk to A&E. People make me sick. Now, as you all may know, you might not know, because the news media, of course, they're not going to talk about this. But Crystal Magnum was recently found guilty and sentenced for killing her boyfriend. Second-degree murder. She received 14 years and so many months, I believe, 8 months or something like that. Now, she stabbed her boyfriend to death. Now, they talked to the victim. I can't recall the man's name. David. I can't get his last name. But she killed her boyfriend, David. And what happened was, Magnum was at it again, without any magnums. She was having a whole bunch of men, and he didn't like it. All having a whole bunch of men at her house. She's getting it on. So she's getting it on with these guys. The dude gets ticked off. She runs in the bathroom. He kicks down the door in the bathroom. They begin to fight. She picks up a knife, and she begins to stab him. She stabbed him, I think, twice in the chest. The authorities talked to him, I think 2 times, and he explained it in detail before unfortunately passing away. She was sentenced, but she only received 14 years for murder. 14 and some months, some months. 14 years and so months. Now here's the racist thing about it. There was nobody was talking about this every day. I didn't hear about this until the doctor of common sense brought it up, E.T. Williams. I didn't hear about it prior to that. And thank God for him, because I wouldn't have known about it if I haven't heard what happened. And this was before she was sentenced. No one in the news media talked about it. ABC, NBC, CBS, WGN, no one talked about it. Everybody was quiet. They quietly typed it and they put it online as a way in a backstory. Outside of that, nobody really talked about it. So she gets to escape after accusing these guys, number one, of that. She don't receive any jail time for lying. And putting everybody through all the not only just the kids, the players, but the players' family members. I wish they could have sued Reverend Al Sharpton. We should start really bringing up, seeing if we could just sue these people. Because they're getting out there, falsely accusing people, putting them out there in the public's eye, putting a bullseye on them, racially, and they haven't even done anything wrong. But they're using them to make money. And here's the gender part about it. You see how all of these women are getting away, basically? If this was the other way around, if Dave stabbed Crystal Magnum twice in the chest and she died, the man would have gotten life in prison. There is a big time. It's just so unbalanced with the fairness. It's unbelievable. The gender bias is absolutely unbelievable. You hear me in my show in the past, if you have followed my show in the past years, that I talked about the attack on the man, the attack on a heterosexual man, to be perfectly blunt. And there are a lot of unfair things that happen to men. And it's just an imbalance. But yet women get out there and they say, we want equal. All these old far left liberal feminists, we want equal. And that's a lie. They don't want equal. They want it lopsided. Crystal Magnum should get the death penalty. And if not, she should get life in prison. I would be light. I would say give her life in prison with the possibility of parole. That doesn't mean we have to grant it. But just give her life in prison. She took a life. 14 years? If I did that, and Crystal Magnum was my girl, I would receive life in prison. There's no doubt about that. A black man at that? Come on. But right now it's open season on all men, seemingly. You agree? You disagree? Holla at your boy. Right down there, you can comment. All right? Email me when it comes to the show. Or call and leave a voice message on the show, okay? So holla at your boy. I'm trying to tell the truth, man. Just be honest. That's what I'm doing. And I think there's a gender bias going down. There's a racial bias going down. Because if this was a white man, if one of the Duke guys, the Duke Lacrosse guys did this, and they were convicted of second-degree murder, it would be all over, even before the verdict went down. It's very racist. They hate white people. It's unbelievable. Dr. Martin Luther King is rolling in his grave right now because his dream is not being fulfilled, like it or not.